Warning, the fact that you're still alive is largely a matter of luck. Earth has already gone through 5 extinction-level catastrophes, wiping out 99.9% of all species that ever existed. And now, we are living through the 6th mass extinction. Don't mistake this for science fiction. The worst of the first 5 disasters erased 96% of all life, and it took Earth 30 million years to recover. What's happening now may be even more terrifying than all 5 combined, because this time, the cause could be us. Here's a harsh truth. In Earth's 4.6 billion year history, survival has never been the norm. Extinction has. Over 99.9% of species that once lived are completely gone, many without a trace. The history of life isn't a steady upward journey. It's a story of repeated resets, a cycle of destruction and restart. Over the past 500 million years, this blue planet has turned into a ruthless killing ground 5 times, known as the Big 5 mass extinctions. You might be wondering, if Earth survived the first 5, why are scientists so deeply afraid of the 6th? To understand that, let's travel back in time and see how Earth cleared the board before, and you'll understand just how dire things are now. The first mass extinction happened about 440 million years ago, during the Ordovician period, an age of frozen despair. Believe it or not, the cause was global cooling. At the time, life was mostly in the oceans. Then Earth suddenly plunged into a severe ice age. A supercontinent drifted over the South Pole, massive glaciers locked up huge amounts of water, and sea levels dropped dramatically. Shallow marine life lost their habitats overnight, and just when things couldn't get worse, melting glaciers caused sea levels to rise again, bringing oxygen-depleted deep waters into shallow areas. This cycle of freezing and warming wiped out 85% of marine species. If that sounds extreme, the second extinction is even more surprising. The culprit was plants. Around 365 million years ago, during the Devonian period, plants on land exploded in growth. They developed root systems that broke down rocks, sending massive amounts of nutrients into the oceans. This caused algal blooms. When the algae died, bacteria consumed them and used up nearly all the oxygen in the water. The oceans became vast dead zones, suffocating marine life. About 75% of species were wiped out, killed, in a sense, by plants. You might think the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs was the worst, but compared to what came next, it was small scale. About 252 million years ago, the Permian-Triassic extinction, known as the Great Dying, became the deadliest event in Earth's history. Massive fissures opened in what is now Siberia, releasing enormous volcanic eruptions. Lava covered an area larger than Western Europe. Trillions of tons of carbon dioxide, methane, and sulfur dioxide flooded the atmosphere. Earth turned into a burning greenhouse. Ocean temperatures soared to around 40 degrees Celsius, like a hot bath. Acid rain and ocean acidification dissolved even hard shells. In this hellish catastrophe, 96% of marine life and 70% of land vertebrates vanished. It took 30 million years for life to recover, essentially a complete reset, with only 4% of life left to rebuild from. And it didn't stop there. Around 201 million years ago, the Triassic-Jurassic extinction struck again. As the supercontinent Pangaea split apart, massive volcanic activity released huge amounts of greenhouse gases. The climate swung wildly between extreme drought and intense rainfall. About 80% of species were wiped out, including dominant reptile groups. But this extinction cleared the way for dinosaurs to rise and dominate Earth for the next 160 million years. The fifth mass extinction is the most familiar, 66 million years ago, at the end of the Cretaceous. A 10-kilometer wide asteroid slammed into what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico at 20 kilometers per second. The impact released energy equivalent to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. Dust blocks sunlight, plunging Earth into a nuclear winter for years. Photosynthesis stopped. Ecosystems collapsed from the bottom up. About 75% of species, including dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and ammonites, disappeared. But this extinction made way for mammals to rise, and eventually, for humans. Let's do the math. The first extinction wiped out 85% of species. The second, 75%. The third, 96%. The fourth, 80%. The fifth, 75%. At this point, you might say those were volcanoes and asteroids. With today's technology, we can predict disasters. What's there to fear? Here's why scientists are deeply afraid of the sixth mass extinction. It is unlike anything in Earth's history. It completely breaks the natural pattern. The previous 5 were caused by unconscious natural forces. This time, the cause is us. Earth has a natural background extinction rate. Normally, only 1 to 2 species per million go extinct each year. But under human impact, the current rate is 100 to 1,000 times higher. We have pressed the accelerator on the sixth mass extinction. And if we don't change course in time, we may become the most intelligent and most tragic entry on that extinction list. So here's a question for you. You think we can survive the sixth mass extinction? Leave your answer in the comments.